Hey there, welcome back to fullfeel. Online sales presentations are becoming increasingly common as the bar continues to rise for in-person meetings and sales presentations. In this video, we are going to cover how you can use fullfeel for your online sales presentations using a built-in online meeting tool called Simulcast. Simulcast has been designed and built from the ground up to be optimized for sales presentations. In this video, we are going to kick off our first simulcast meeting, cover all the presenter meeting configuration options, learn about some best practices to make the most of our simulcast meeting, and explore all the meeting analytics fullfeel collects from a simulcast meeting. We recommend watching this video through once and then following along as you watch it a second time. To make it easier to navigate this video for future reference, here's a list of timestamps that indicate when each topic will be covered. With that, let's get started. Kicking off our first simulcast meeting. Log into your fullfeel account and click on the Simulcast tab in the top right. Here, we can begin our simulcast meeting. There are two ways to kick off a meeting. Either you can start an instant meeting by clicking New, or you can schedule a meeting by clicking Schedule. When you schedule a meeting, all participants will receive a meeting notification, and the scheduled meeting will appear on this screen. You should also schedule a meeting if you plan on having multiple presenters. Presenters must be users on your fullfeel account. I'm going to start an instant meeting by simply clicking New. A new window or tab will appear starting the meeting. Welcome to Simulcast. Let's set up this meeting. First, allow audio permission. You may need to accept a notification in your browser window as well. The large area in the middle of your screen is your stage. Since Simulcast is optimized for sales presentations, the focus is on the salesperson presenting and the content they are presenting. Let's add some content to the stage to present. To do this, click Select Content, either in the button above the stage or on the text in the middle of the stage. A window with access to the fullfeel content library should appear. I'll go ahead and grab my custom show presentation deck from my sales folder. You can present any content available in your fullfeel content library. To add content to your simulcast, just click Add to Simulcast. Do note, you can choose new content to present at any time, and your content selection screen will not be shared with participants in the meeting. Right now, participants can only see the content, not the slides, notes, or configuration options in my simulcast window. In the next section of the video, we'll talk about more configuration options depending on what you want your participants to see. Since this is a custom show, I can click through the slides of my content, or navigate between slides using the slide thumbnails below. Right away, you can see a benefit to presenting with Simulcast. Video playback is not choppy as it is in most other online meeting tools. This is because the content is not being scraped from my screen and then shared to participants, but rather streamed to my screen and to all participants from a server. Now that my audio and content are up and running, the last thing remaining on my pre-meeting checklist is to turn on my camera. Click the camera icon on the right side of the screen, and a permission pop-up may appear asking for your permission to access your camera. Go ahead and click Allow. Hey there, it's nice to finally virtually meet you. Let me show you 4 really cool ways you can configure your presenter video within Simulcast. The first thing you can do is you can change the size of the circle you're presented in by clicking the larger circles underneath your video preview, like the middle one or the largest one. This is extremely useful if you want to change how much attention the audience is spending on you versus the content that you're sharing. I'm going to go ahead and move this back to the smallest option. The second thing you can configure is the shape that you're presented within. you can either choose a circle, as you see here, or you can uncheck this box and it'll show you within a square. To access this box, just click the 3 dots next to your video preview. I prefer the circle. The third thing you can configure is you can move your video of yourself around the content you're sharing. For example, if I don't want to be in the top left corner, I can move over to the top right, or I can move to the middle of the screen. I can even use the arrows in the corners of my video preview to jump to different parts of the screen. I prefer the top left because I'm going to be moving between slides, often using the right side of my screen. But this changes based on all the content you're presenting. The fourth configuration option that you have is you can change the opacity of your presenter video. To do this, simply use the dial around the video and you can slowly fade away into the background. This is a great option if you want the focus to be on a full screen video, and then you can slowly reappear afterwards to kick off where you left off. One important thing to note is try to stay within the boundaries of your presentation, because if you go all the way off to the side, you may be cut off for some device form factors and your participants won't be able to see you. In-meeting configuration options. Now that we know how to kick off our simulcast meeting, let's take a look at some of the configuration options that you can use to improve your meeting experience. We'll take a look at some useful settings, configuration options, and talk about some best practices that will help during your meeting. First, let's let others join our meeting. Since we started an instant meeting, simply copy and send the meeting link to your meeting participants. Participants can join on mobile devices as well as tablets and desktops. This simulcast link will remain the same for all of your instant meetings, so you can also treat this as a virtual meeting room or a sales presentation room. When participants enter your meeting, you are able to change a few options about what they see. First, you can allow them to use their mic by selecting Allow Participant Audio. Second, you can let them see others in the meeting by selecting Participant List. Right now, they can only see the content you are presenting. If you would like them to be able to see the slides, you can toggle the slide thumbnails option, and they'll be able to see the slide thumbnails down below. Similarly, you can let them see your meeting notes. Last, you can allow them to share their video. My personal preference is to allow participant audio and video at the beginning of the meeting to greet everyone, turn it off while I present, and turn it back on during any sort of Q&A or time I have left afterwards. To view your participants, click the Participants tab. You can toggle between a list of the participants and their video if the video is turned on. The top 4 to 5 participants will show up in video. This conserves bandwidth and will be ordered by the last person to speak. To interact with your participants via chat, you can click the chat message icon. This is a chat for everyone in the meeting. You can post messages and reply to messages. One handy way to use this feature is by allocating someone from your team to answer questions in the chat while you present, so that you do not have to juggle the two yourself while trying to present. Best practices. If you or any participants are having audio or video problems, ask them to click the refresh icon in the bottom right of the screen to resolve the issue. To ensure the best meeting experience, observe the following participant limits. Your meeting can have up to 10 participants if all participants and the presenter keep their audio and video on. Your meeting can have up to 20 participants if all participants keep only their audio on and the presenter keeps their audio and video on. Your meeting can have up to 50 participants if all participants have no audio or video and the presenter keeps their audio and video on. Post-meeting analytics. When I end my simulcast meeting, fullfeel will send over a detailed report of what took place during the meeting minutes. This report will include how long the simulcast was, who attended, the content presented, and the information from the comments. This information is useful when keeping track of your engagements with your prospects, leads, and customers. In the next video, we will explore more powerful ways you can use fullfeel to engage your prospects, leads, and customers. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.